Thank you. Hi, Princess. Hey, NAA. Greetings, esteemed guests, colleagues, and to all of my fellow advocates for change. Thank you for having me today. My name is Tyneisha Gibbs, and I stand before you because I believe in second chances. In fact, my life has been a series of unfortunate events and life-sustaining second chances. During a time when society was not as compassionate as it is today towards the opioid epidemic, a Black woman found herself detoxing from heroin in a Middlesex County jail cell. The corrections officers ignored her as she asphyxiated on her own vomit and fell into a coma. That woman was my mother. She died when I was only 6 years old. My father, who was incarcerated at the time, they were not married, so he was denied furlough to attend her funeral. My brother stole his first car shortly after her death and quickly entered into the juvenile justice system. My family, as I had known it, was torn apart and stolen from me. My brother was only 14 years old, and he wasn't afforded a second chance early on, but I was. The year before my senior year, God saw fit to send into my life a woman by the name of Reverend Mayor Tassie D. York to be my second mom. It was in that instance that I knew the power and effect of second chances and what they could do in terms of saving someone's life. Have you ever made a mistake? NAA, I'm gonna ask you again. Have you ever made a mistake? Well, I was a 20-year-old, ambitious, a little bit arrogant OST professional. And there was this one time in a staff meeting where I was wildly inappropriate, insubordinate, downright disrespectful. I might have even cussed a little, y'all. And it's funny now and I can laugh about it, but it was not funny then. In fact, I probably should have been fired in that moment. However, my supervisor, Mr. Reggie, he lovingly corrected me. Instead of meeting me with punitive measures, he met me with patience and mentorship. It's actually fitting that his makeshift office at the time was a locker room because he coached me. Despite my insubordination, he led with love. He gently pulled my coattails and he corrected me on how to properly be in the workplace. Now, I share my story with you all because had it not been for my experiences growing up, I might not be in this work. And had it not been for Mr. Reggie giving me a second chance, I might not be here in this moment. Now, I have gone on to wear many hats in the out-of-school time field. I have been a volunteer, site coordinator, program director, interim COO. And now, I am a law student at Rutgers Newark. And the Director of Policy and Youth Advocacy for NJSAC, New Jersey's After School and Out of School Time Professional Network. I don't get to stand before you today poised and put together without the mentors and the opportunities that were afforded to me in this life. And so I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about some of the things that we have to do a little bit differently. We talk about work family, but sometimes our workplaces are anything but familial. We seem to get it right when it comes down to kids, but when it comes down to staff who maybe make a mistake or their conduct doesn't fit your perfect mold of what professionalism looks like, we discard them. We're throwing away our brightest stars. Now, I'm going to share with you some tips, some things that I feel have served me well, and I hope that they resonate with you as well. 1, foster a supportive culture. What does that look like in real time? That looks like you not dismissing a young professional due to initial impressions or attitudes. That looks like pulling and encouraging each other to be professional in the workplace. That looks like gently pulling their coattails. That looks like loving correction. Number 2, invest in development. No more on-the-job training. Not for a leadership position. Invest in our young professionals. Give them professional development opportunities. Give them mentorship. Give them opportunities and space to grow by increasing their responsibilities within your organizations. And lastly, be a sponsor. A sponsor is more than a mentor. A sponsor says your name in rooms before your feet ever enter them. By sponsoring and pouring into individuals who come into our workplaces every day, you will enable them to thrive in your workplace and to ascend into leadership roles. My goodness, if you need an example, I'm living proof of that ROI. And so my charge to all of you, leaders within this room, when you leave these doors, I want you to always remember, 1, how can I be Mr. Reggie? How can I be an example? Share your stories. Share your stories with your students. Share your stories with your staff. Share your stories with your legislators. Let them know that this is after school, this is professionalism, this is what it looks like to be in this space and to occupy it as our full, authentic selves. When leaders enter your doors every summer and every fall, they bring with them who they were before they got there. So let's not dismiss their lived experiences, their current contexts, and their personal ambitions. Because you might be dismissing one of your brightest stars. You might be dismissing your Tyneisha Gibbs. Thank you.